MOONPOWDER by John Rocco. MOONPOWDER. Story and pictures by John Rocco. Eli carefully turned the knob on the radio. It crackled to life. "Eli Treebuckle," his mother said, flicking off the radio with a loud click. "It's past your bedtime." "Shucks, Mom, I just fixed it." "And I see you fixed the fan and the vacuum cleaner, but it's still time for bed." As she kissed him on the forehead, her voice softened. "Good night, my little fix-it man. Sweet dreams." Eli shuffled off to his room, silently dreading each step. "I never have sweet dreams. Never." That was the one thing Eli couldn't fix. For months, he'd been having the same nightmare. It's always dark and booming. He'd climb a mountain of junk, desperately searching for something he could never find. And each time, he would fall. "That's it," he huffed. "I'm never going to sleep again." Working on his Hello Rocket copter was just the thing to keep Eli awake. He could stay up for hours, tinkering with his inventions. "Can't sleep?" asked a voice. "Who in the Sam Hill are you?" Eli asked the large luminous man at his window. "Call me Mr. Moon," the man said, examining his notebook. "And you're Eli Treebuckle, fixer of all things fixable? How come you can't sleep?" "I don't want to sleep." "Nightmares, huh?" Mr. Moon scratched down a note. "Not getting enough moon powder." "What's moon powder?" Eli edged over to the window. "Why, moon powder is a magical marvel, a masterful miracle, a mystical masterpiece." Mr. Moon brought his voice to a whisper. "It helps everyone have sweet dreams." "I haven't had a sweet dreams in months," Eli sighed. "That's why I'm here. The moon powder factory has been on a blink lately, and I thought you might be able to fix it." Mr. Moon stepped back to reveal a life-size Hello Rocket copter in the backyard. "Hey, that's my invention!" Eli scrambled out the window toward the ship. "I thought you might like it." The cool night air whistled in Eli's ear as they flew up over the town. "It works!" Eli gasped. "Of course it works," Mr. Moon smiled. "You designed it." "Welcome to the Moon Powder Factory," Mr. Moon proudly announced. Inside, hundreds of mechanical gizbots were frantically adjusting valves and turning dials. "It's about time!" A small gizbot glided toward them. What's the situation, Giz?" Mr. Moon scanned the chart the gizbot handed him. "Oh dear. Not good. Not good at all." "Hello," Eli smiled, offering his hand. Giz trained his eye bulbs on Eli. "Is that the fixer?" Yes, Eli Treebuckle, the fixer of all things fixable." Mr. Moon patted Eli on the back. "We have no time to lose." "But I don't know how anything in this place works." Giz shoved a thick book into Eli's arms. "You can start by reading this." Moon Powder Factory and Overview. "So, if I fix the factory, I'll have sweet dreams?" Absolutely positively, Mr. Moon beamed. Eli inspected every inch of the factory, checking gauges, tightening valves, and tapping on dials. What's this one? Eli raked his knuckles against a rusty metal vat. A hollow echo filled the room. This, Mr. Moon said, is the dream tank. Well, it's empty, and I can't fix that, Eli said, wiping his greasy hands on his pajamas. No dreams left. This is terrible. Just terrible. Mr. Moon mopped his brow. Can't you just get some more? Eli asked. It's not that simple, Mr. Moon explained. Without dreams, we can't make moon powder. And if we can't make moon powder, no one will have sweet dreams. And the chance of someone having a sweet dream with moon powder is 623 million to 1, Giz added. But you must have a backup supply or something, Eli offered. That's right, Mr. Moon lit up. The special emergency dream kit. But that's in Mother Nature's closet, Giz interrupted. You remember what happened last time we went in there? Mr. Moon rolled his eyes. It was an accident. What happened? Eli asked. I left open a freezer full of snowstorms, Mr. Moon said. In the middle of summer, Giz laughed. Since then, we haven't been allowed to go in. Mr. Moon focused on Eli. But he can. Seconds later, the three of them were rushing down to the basement toward Mother Nature's closet. When you get inside, just find a small red box, Mr. Moon said excitedly. That's the special emergency dream kit. It has the last remaining pinch of moon powder. With that, you can have a sweet dream and restart the factory. Reluctantly, Eli pushed open the heavy door. Looming in front of him was an enormous mountain of boxes, crates, and barrels. Thunder rumbled from inside a trembling trunk. Lightning flashed from another. Eli's heart sank. I can't do this, he called back to them. It's just like my nightmare. That's why you have to do it, Mr. Moon said. If we don't get that box, everyone will have nightmares. Forever. Eli swallowed hard and started to climb. A thick layer of dust made it difficult to read the labels on the boxes. As he climbed higher, his arms began to ache. Just when he thought he couldn't go on, he saw the small red box. It was barely beyond his reach. He stretched out toward it. His legs began to twitch. The boxes beneath him started to shift. And then Eli fell. In a flash, Eli read the label on the box, lid in his hands. Tornado dispenser. Use with caution. Hold on, Mr. Moon yelled. To what? Eli cried out as he spun around faster and faster inside the closet. The tornado ripped open crates and broke open jars. Fall leaves, spring flowers, and icicles whipped past his head. Rainbows and lightning lit up the vortex. Then, just as quickly as it began, the tornado was sucked through a vent in the floor. Eli dropped like a rock. When he came to, he heard whispering. We shouldn't have sent him in there. This is dreadful, just dreadful, Mr. Moon's voice cracked. Mother Nature's not going to be happy about this, said Giz. Never mind her. What about Eli? Eli was inside a large trunk. With his last bit of strength, he pushed open the lid. That's when he saw the small red box resting at his feet. I got it, he yelled. Eli! Mr. Moon ran over and hugged Eli as tears of relief streamed from his eyes. I knew you can do it. I knew it all along. That kid's got moxie, Giz laughed. Now let's go collect that sweet dream. Back upstairs, Eli climbed into the dream bed. Mr. Moon reached into the red box and pulled out a tiny velvet bag tied with a satin ribbon. Are you ready to have a sweet dream? More than ready. I'm beat. Mr. Moon carefully put his hand into the bag. His eyes suddenly went wide. What's wrong? Giz asked. There's no moon powder left, Mr. Moon gasped. Not one grain. That was the last thing Eli heard. His head fell back onto the soft pillow, and he was asleep. And having a sweet dream. When Eli woke, he was back in his own bed. The sun was shining. I did it! I must have restarted the factory. Just then, he heard his name being called from somewhere outside. He rushed out the door, expecting Mr. Moon and Giz to be there. But it was someone else. I hear you have been fixing everything around here lately, his dad smiled. Not everything, Eli said. Some things just fix themselves. The end.